Well, April is Donate Life Month, which is meant to encourage people to become organ donors. Transplants offer the incredible chance to save a life, but some costs that aren't covered by insurance can keep people off of the transplant list. That's where nonprofits like Ava's Heart come in, offering aid to those in need. We spoke to them back in 2020 when they were looking for funds to help them and help more people. Our Philip Palmer has more.
Organ transplant surgery can save a life, but the journey to that second chance is more complicated than simply finding a donor and having surgery.
Everyone can get a transplant, but not everybody can get put on the list.
Kylie Andresa recently had a lung transplant at UCLA because there are no lung transplant centers in Oregon where she lives. But before she could even be placed on the transplant waiting list, she had to secure 3 months of local housing for post-operative care, a cost not covered by insurance.
After having gone through being sick and being in the hospital, you know, I ran out of my FMLA, I ran out of my sick leave, vacation leave, so I had no income. And it was very daunting. And that's where Ava's Heart came in.
Ava's Heart is the local nonprofit run by Ava Kaufman, a heart transplant recipient herself. Ava's Heart has provided no-cost post-transplant housing to over 250 families in the past 8 years. During the COVID pandemic, and with the help of Project Angel Food, Ava's Heart also provides meals because of the health risk recipients face leaving home during the pandemic.
It's not just a place to stay, it's a place to stay and heal and recover and be supported by people who understand this incredible, amazing gift.
With thousands of transplants performed every year, the need to grow Ava's Heart beyond its current capacity is incredible, and it is a challenge for her to try and meet the need.
It's frustrating every day because every day I say no. Not every day I say yes. Every day I say no.
It's a fledgling program, and with more support, it could really take off and be absolutely a pivotal, essential part of ensuring people get their life-saving transplants here in Southern California.
What we at Ava's Heart do is life-saving, and post-transplant housing is life-saving. And unless you're in need of a life-saving organ, you just don't know what that's like.
Wow, that was Philip Palmer reporting, and Philip himself is a donor, which is very cool. And joining us live in studio is Ava Kaufman, founder of Ava's Heart, and Tina Hill, author of the newly released Shark Heart, which shares the stories of the patients that have been helped by this nonprofit. Good morning. Thank you so much for joining us.
Oh my God, thank you so much for having us.
Yes, this is huge. This is huge. But we want to start with you, Ava. You know, tell us, when we saw this story back in 2020, you were trying to raise money. You were trying to get things off the ground more so, right? Where have you come in that time?
Well, we have come a way. We have a second location now that houses 3 families. And it's still a challenge, but we've also started assisting donor families, because without the donor, there's no story, there's no transplant centers, there's no transplant medications. And the organ procurement agencies like One Legacy, who is, we're a community partner with them, and we wouldn't exist without them. So thank you so much, One Legacy. We started helping donor families, and so we help them with small grants for cremation, because the organ procurement agencies aren't allowed to do that. But now we can help 20 to 22 families a year, but it's not enough, because I do say no. I mean, 35% of all the transplants in the United States are done in Los Angeles.
Whoa, that's incredible.
Presently at one of our homes, we have 2 families from the state of Washington who literally, if we could not help them, would not be here today. They would have died.
Yeah. Now, on that note, you have gone through your own personal journey with this, a scary journey, which turned out to be a beautiful thing. Can you share your story and then how Tina came into the mix and that whole thing?
Okay, well, 14 years ago, I was a successful businesswoman and mother. I had been a professional dancer. I had a black belt in Taekwondo. I was strong and fit. And the truth is, it just started with a rash. I had a rash, and I went to the doctor, dermatologist, and she told me for 3 months that I had psoriasis. And in that period of time, I went from taking dance class every day to needing a walker to walk. And I finally went to a different doctor and then a different doctor. And I was on my way to get a muscle biopsy when I dropped dead in my house and was rushed to the hospital and put on life support. And the only thing that would save my life would have been a life-saving heart transplant. I was not expected to live, but fortunately, at Cedars-Sinai, where I had my transplant, they had never seen the disease that I had, dermatomyositis, which is an autoimmune disease that destroys your muscles. They'd never seen that disease destroy a heart before, so they listed me as an experiment. And then in 10 days of my actual birthday, I received my beautiful new heart.
Oh, that is awesome. But while you were in the hospital, you tell me that Tina
Yes.
had come in and visited.
Tina came to visit me every single day.
Wow.
We were
For 4 months.
for 4 months.
4 months?
Well, I was put in an induced coma for 2 months. So she came to see me while I was in the coma for 2 months every day. I didn't know that she did. And when I woke up, as I was coming out of the coma, I saw the light and I realized that I couldn't move. I was literally trapped in my own body. I wasn't supposed to be able to walk again.
Wow.
And so there was a light, and I was compelled to move to the light. And trust me, everybody, there is an energy or God or something there. And I was so ready to let go. And then I smelled my 11-year-old daughter Jade's dirty hair. It smelled like the barn where she rode horses. And I realized, oh my God, I can't leave her.
No.
And so I made a deal with God that if he'd let me come back to being Jade's mom the way I was before, I would spend the rest of my life giving back.
Wow.
So when I opened my eyes, I saw Tina, but I thought she was, she has this long blonde hair, which she has up now, and she was in this gorgeous yellow dress, and I thought she was an angel, and I thought I was in heaven.
Wow. That is incredible. And Tina, you started documenting this, right? And eventually wrote this book, right?
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, so that book is, Ava wanted to do something that told the stories of a lot of the other people that she has brought together to form this community. And that's really what the book is about. It's about the community. But while she was waking up, she looked at me and there were other people there, and she suddenly had this look of horror. And I think it was that at that moment that she realized she couldn't move at all and she couldn't speak. And it terrified her. And I wrote down what I thought that would feel like. And that became the prologue for the book, because I gave it to her and
That's how the whole thing started.
Oh my gosh.
She wrote this monologue and gave it to me, and I read it, and I said, oh my God, like, how did you know what I was feeling?
Oh my gosh.
Because I never talked to her about it. The only thing I told her was that I dreamt that I was underwater and that I got the heart of a shark.
Wow. Which is hence the title, Shark Heart here. And we have to tell our viewers, like, we have this book here. They taped on a new cover, but it's for an awesome, incredible reason, right?
Right.
It is.
Because we self-published the book, and Tina got us a publisher.
I did. So Pigmental Publishing out of Washington, D.C. Read the book and really loved it and felt that it was a story that a lot of people should have access to. And we had no idea how to market, and they said they didn't like the cover that we'd chosen, and they said, you need to market this correctly. And they republished it. It went live last night.
Nice.
And yes.
That is incredible. Good luck to you both with this.
But it is the story, thank you. It is the story of a lot of people who Ava has come in contact with, doctors, nurses, organ transplant recipients, and donor families. And they are really important stories, but the most important takeaway, I think, really is that it's a community, and it takes a community to actually heal each one of these people. And that's, I think, the magic of the book, because there's a lot of sad stories in there, but it's a very hopeful book.
Yeah, people need hope, especially if in that similar situation. Lastly here, what are some things that if somebody's watching this and they might be in that similar situation where they are in dire need and they don't know where to start, what would you recommend that they do? Can they get help through Ava's Heart? What are some of the steps that they should go to?
They can just call me. Go to the website and fill out an application and call me. everyone that sends in an application, I return the phone call. Or go to avasheart.org and join it's just one campaign. You just make $1 a month contribution, and every dollar does make a difference. We are presently working with Thermo Fisher, which is a transplant diagnostic. I mean, they're a big company, but One Lambada is their transplant diagnostic company. And we are working with them, and they are helping us, hopefully getting together with Habitat for Humanity to build Ava's Heart houses near every transplant center that needs one.
Wow, that would be awesome if that comes to fruition. Wow. Thank you so much, Ava, Tina, for joining us. And like I said, good luck to you with this book. And hopefully this really helps people out there that are going through
you can buy the book on Amazon.
Oh, okay, great.
And that
great.
book's for you.
Oh, thank you. With the original cover. We'll be right back. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you.